Okay, a little bit of Bach for you guys. This is the Prelude in C minor, BWV 999. I'll play the first 10-15 seconds for you, and then I'll show you how to do the whole thing yourself. It's only about 2 pages long, so it's very straightforward, easy to learn, but very fun and satisfying to play. So here's what it sounds like. This is where we'll stop. Okay, so once you learn the first bar, the rest of the piece, at least from a rhythmic point of view, becomes identical throughout. I think it's just the last 2 bars that are different, but everywhere else, the rhythm and the patterning remains the same. So we're going to begin with the first bar and make sure that we really nail it down so that every other bar that follows is a piece of cake to do. Before we do so, please consider hitting that little notification bell. Not only will you be notified whenever there's anything new that comes out on the channel, any film music or classical music, it also lets the YouTube algorithm know that you find this content worthwhile, and it'll be promoted. If you in fact do find it worthwhile, hit that notification bell. We're going to begin with the first bar, which is this. Simple stuff first, left. 5 to start, then 1 and 3. Simple enough. Now the notes in the right hand. So we begin with 1, 2, 4. Right, we are in C minor in both the hands, but the right hand has a fingering of 1, 2, and 4, right? You'll see why in a moment. So 1, 2, 4, then 2, 1, 2, 1. And then we have a few on their own. And see, what happens here is that this whole bar can be thought of as a string of unceasing 16th notes. The only thing is that the 16th notes bounce from hand to hand. You see, there's no gap, really. Bum, 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 bum. There's something on every single 16th here. So once you have that in mind, it becomes very easy. You just play something at every 16th in every single bar. So once more, a little slower, we have left, right, left, right. Easy enough. Next bar is the same. Thumb, thumb, 3, thumb. There are your first 2 bars. Now moving on to the next, we are on the 4th 4 of C minor. That's F minor locally. So left hand, we're going to have 5 to start. We have this pedal point C in the bottom, and then 1 and 2 up top. And the next 4 bars are the same. So remember that. And here is the right hand. 1, 3, 5. So what you'll notice is because you used 1, 2, and 4 in the previous 2 bars for the C minor, your 3rd and 5th finger are ready to go on the next one. So you don't have to do any movements, no extra work to be done. You're basically in the right position for this chord, which is 1, 3, 5, 3, 1, 3, 1. So you can see the patterning is the same. Rise up and then alternate on the bottom 2. And then a few on its own. Left, right, left, right. Next bar is the same. there are your first 4 bars. I'm going to stitch all those together a little faster with no gaps in between. So here we go. So far, so good, right? So if you have those 4 bars in hand, then you know the rhythm for the entirety of the piece. It's just a question now of learning all the new positions and all the new fingerings. But the rhythm remains identical until the very last 2 bars. And even those last 2 bars are even easier to play because the hands sort of divide, the right hand goes on its own, and then you have a final last chord. But we'll get to that when we get to that. Okay, so as far as pedaling is concerned, it's kind of up to you, but I would not recommend doing any pedaling here. This is fairly dry, and you can use the left hand pedal point notes to sort of blend what the right hand is doing. Right, that one sort of carries into the right hand, and you don't need that kind of romanticism. This is Bach after all, and he was a Baroque composer. Okay, the rest of the piece I'm going to cover on the website. So please join us if you haven't already. As a member, you're going to get all of this whole tutorial. You're going to get the, my voice cracked, the sheet music as well to download directly in PDF. And you'll have access to everything that I've done, including the forum where you can play, show off your skills, and I can comment on how you're doing. So join me over there and let's finish this bad boy off. Until then, I'll see you in the next ones.